what does a guy like to do, after the garden is harvested and vegetables are canned? Well, you got to get in there and defrost. So we've been using a vacuum cleaner. Doesn't really matter what brand, but we've got a Rainbow that we've had for too many years. And this freezer was iced over really bad, and for those that are on grid or can have refrigerators, or I should say freezers, you know what it's like on the older ones where you've got to defrost it, where you don't have an automatic defrost. So this is just a little tip that my wife's been doing for years, and we owned a shelter home for the elderly, and we had a freezer to defrost, and the employees used to use the vacuum cleaners. My wife taught each one of them how to do it, and the vacuum cleaner's just warm air. That's all it is, just warm air on the ice. You can use a hair blower if you want to use a hair blower, but it's really nice to use the vacuum cleaner. You don't have to worry about water dripping on your electrical device, right? That's not the best thing in the world. So what we do is we always start at the top, and the coils on the very top is where we start, and then the next, and of course water drips down, right? So we have a big old pan on each shelf, or pretty much each shelf, and we just keep emptying it. And some of it I'll just toss the vacuum cleaner blowing into the freezer and just let it lay on the shelf, and shut the door and go watch a video or something, maybe your videos, and then I'll come back and then I'll target certain areas to just hang in there, just stand here and blow on it. Not everybody wants to waste time like that, but when you've got a freezer that's iced over really bad, you got to do that. So now we're down to, whoops, that's not focusing. Now we're down to the point where you can sanitize it, clean it up like I did, and so now that it's washed up really good, I can start putting things back in there and get the basket back in the bottom and so forth. This is an old J.C. Penney's, and we've had this thing, oh my God, 30 years? I don't know, a long time, and at least 30 years, I think. And so, yeah, someday it'll go out, and just when you got it full, that's the way it goes. So I just wanted to share that a little tip from Sand Hollow Homestead for those folks that do have a freezer, and especially one of the old ones that do not auto defrost. You can use a vacuum cleaner and just blow into the freezer, and helps you melt the ice. What I did is I laid a big towel on the bottom, kind of rolled it up towards the edge there so the water didn't run out. Then I can put a pan. I put a big old bowl down there in the bottom, and trays all the way up through this to the top, and just let her drip into the pans, and I just kept dumping that water, pulling off the pans, dumping it into the bowl, and then when the bowl was full, I just took it to the sink. Not rocket science, and you probably have a better way. I'd like to hear what your way is, in case you have a better way. Now, I know my wife has used pots with hot water in it, and she'll just set them on the shelf, a pot with hot water. You close the door, and of course the heat of the hot water pot will help defrost as well. Another way to do that, okay? Lots of ideas, and I'd like to hear your tip for defrosting for those folks that do have a defroster and want to minimize the time it requires. And keep in mind, if you'll defrost your freezer more often than, well, what my example showed, how much ice I had, keep it defrosted, and you might save a few nickels on your power bill. All right, San Hollow Homestead. Just thought I'd share this. Thank you.